Good afternoon, everybody. And as I mentioned to you guys before, and a lot of you have been asking me about this bike, this is just gonna be a mod update to my bike, to Valerie. You can probably see my previous ownership review of this bike, and she looked totally different. Well, yeah, because you've seen this SH36 in the previous video. Shad cases with the bracket, and what I've decided to add was the windscreen and the backrest, which also comes from Shad. I got this from Shad USA actually. That's all I've added so far. So yeah, I don't know what kind of review or vlog review will this be, but I think it's just gonna be another ownership review. At how much do I have? I'm at 8,450 kilometers, so yeah. Anyways, let's hit the road and we'll talk about this bike in full honesty. Right? Let's hit it.
Six and a half hours later.
Okay, let's talk about mods. So I'm here in Makati. Yes, a lot of time has passed since I was in Alabang just now. Here in Makati, and I just got some oil. Anyways, to the mods. What am I saying about my mods? The windscreen, yes, very useful in terms of touring and being comfortable at much higher speeds. The only downside is you don't get a lot of wind to your chest now. So if you live in a hot climate and you're stuck in traffic like this, yeah, you're gonna be sweating a lot, especially if you're wearing a jacket that's not really meant for the summer weather. In fact, this jacket of mine is like a spring, fall, summer jacket, but it's not fully, you know, it still flows air, a lot of air actually, but it's just the windshield doesn't really give it much chance to be used. The windscreen I got is a light touring windscreen from Puig. Cost me quite a lot of money, and in fact at one point I thought about removing it because it changed the way my bike looked. And can we filter here? And yes, it's hot. And the other downside to it is because it actually, since it blocks all the wind that goes to your chest, it actually brings all that wind all the way up to your face. What? To the helmet, which causes a lot more noise. So my once quiet Icon Armada, yeah, it's no longer quiet. It's like freaking super noisy. 30 minutes into the ride with the highway, using my Armada helmet, I was like, crap, did I make a wrong decision buying this windshield? Because I was like close to like going deaf, and I had to pull over and give myself a break from the wind noise. It was that bad. Even with the bell, it's a lot more noisier with the windscreen because all the air gets buffeted to your face. You know, there's a lot of buffeting now in my helmet with the higher speeds, but that's a consequence of having and putting on a windshield. Come on, I need to get on the skyway. Come on, it's so freaking hot. I think I can filter here. Yes, I can. I can turn right? Yeah, I can turn right. Awesome. Water just went into my face. Ew, whatever the hell that was. Anyway, so back to the windscreen. Yes, it's good, both good and bad for my height anyway. But a lot of people I read on Revzilla and the reviews and all that about this windscreen, people like, oh yeah, it's a must-have. Yeah, but they're probably like what, taller than me, so they probably don't have any issues with wind buffeting as compared to me. So at one point I was thinking of actually removing it. So I don't know, it's having a Sena 10S now kind of alleviated the problem. But you know, I only have Sena on one particular helmet, which is this helmet. Highway. Yep, a lot more noisier, and I don't know if the mic can pick that up. A lot more wind noise in my helmet, so I bet that's a trade-off. But it's a lot better now that I don't have something like pushing me off my bike going at higher speeds, so that's good. At the same time, I don't get much wind going through my body, so no aircon whatsoever. Anyway, so that's the Puig light smoke windscreen I installed. I don't know, I got mixed feelings for it. The next, as you saw earlier, was my shad backrest, which I ordered online from America. Because Shad Philippines did not bring it in. I bought it. It probably would have cost me the same amount of money if it was available here in the Philippines anyway. My wife already rode with me going to Tagaytay, as you guys, some of you have already seen, and she was feeling a lot more safe and secure with the backrest. She was feeling a little bit more relaxed, and she was enjoying the ride a lot more. What else? So that's a good thing. The Shad backrest is pretty sturdy. I installed it myself. Overall, this bike has done me well. You know, she's taken me to places I've never been on my previous bike. She's here with me in Manila right now. I've gone the distance with her. I've done heavy touring with her, and she can take it, no problems whatsoever. But I did have problems with regards to the roads here in the Philippines. Since this bike is a cruiser, it's not, you know, it's not an adventure bike or whatever. You know, unfortunately the Philippines overall does not have the best of all roads, especially in the provinces. So I was riding with my group coming back down from Manila going down to Mindanao. We were going through Samar at night, and unfortunately I got blinded by someone's high beams, and I couldn't see the pothole, and I ended up falling into that pothole, and I busted my forks, which I did not find out until I reached Jensan. So I basically traveled from Surigao, from Samar to Jensan with busted fork seals. So that's a testament to its to Kawasaki's durability with regards to this bike. You know, what are you doing? It's a problem I had coming down, and I had a problem going back, coming here from Samar. Samar again, I had some mishap in Samar. I must have run over a piece of hard wood or metal or something, and my rear tire got bent. My rim got bent last year, and I had to get that fixed in Las Piñas. And they did such a good job, you can't tell that there was any damage at all to the rim, you know. And she's holding up very well right now. I even took her to Iloilo last month in April for the national convention, from Jensan, and I even rode back on my own from Iloilo to Jensan. The Vulcan S can take it. So you can go places and you can overtake basically just about everybody here on the highway. Yeah. So at 18,500 I have, I guess, enough unbiased, let's be honest, yeah, unbiased, honest opinion about the bike and my gripes about it. And most long-time Vulcan S users would agree with me on this. The two major gripes about the Vulcan S are the rear preload monoshock, which you can only adjust preload with, and the seat. Let's start with the preload shock. The rear preload shock is not the best in the world, and since it's a cruiser form, you don't have much rear travel in terms of suspension travel, you know, and it's very finicky. You really gotta tweak the rear shock to suit your weight and the stuff that you're bringing in, because right out of the box, the stock setting for the Vulcan S, whoa, what was that, is in its second most softest setting. So on the way home from Jensan, when I bought her, I was kind of bouncing up and down, and I knew I was going to put luggage on this, so I decided to stiffen the suspension by 2 clicks up for myself and my bags, and it made the ride a lot better, and I can go a lot faster on the curbs with her. But if you're gonna be having a pillion with cases, you're gonna have to adjust it once again to accommodate the extra weight of your pillion rider, so that you're not too bouncy, you're not too low on the road, and you might end up scraping the underbelly exhaust of this bike. The other gripe is the seat, because wait, let me see if I can overtake this. Why is it so trafficy today, man? The seat, yeah, the ride itself, the posture itself is very comfortable, but the way the seat is designed, I don't know, I'm not an expert in seat design, but after about an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours of straight riding, your ass is gonna be asking and begging for mercy. I mean, it starts to hurt where your tailbone is, where that area where your butt cheeks and tailbone are. It starts to get sore and hurt. So if you don't take a break and you ride for like 3 hours straight, yeah, you're not gonna be wanting to sit on any chair after you get off your bike. You're gonna be wanting to just stand up and just walk around for at least 15 minutes. So that's the thing. And what people do elsewhere, and if they have the money, is they actually go and buy themselves an aftermarket seat. They usually go for the Corbin seat, which actually solves the problem, believe it or not, for $400 to $500, which I can't afford right now, and it's not readily available here in the Philippines. That's just the two gripes about this bike. She's a lot of fun to ride everywhere, and I've taken her places. I can keep up with other bikes in the twisties in a decent pace, not too of an aggressive pace. I kept up with a CB 500X, which has a better lean angle clearance. You know, this can outperform a lot of other cruisers in the curves and top speed because of its high pegs. But if you go a little faster and more aggressive with your sport bike buddies in the twisties, yeah, you're gonna be scraping pegs just keeping up with them, which is a little scary, which I have done and which you will end up doing if you plan on buying this bike. You guys have probably heard me of complaining about my back problems, and even some of you suggested I go visit the chiro to get it looked at, which I did, and they helped a lot. The doctor, the chiropractor helped a lot, along with the other associated therapists that dealt with me over the duration of my therapy here in Manila. But yeah, it's because the way I ride and the way I sit with this posture. It's not the bike, it's actually me with the way I sit, and even on chairs. After a while, without me knowing, I end up slouching. So yeah, that my mid back starts to hurt. My upper mid back starts to hurt after a while. So, and basically for guys with back problems such as myself, cruisers are not meant for guys like me. Your guys like me are better off with sport bikes or leaned over aggressive type of riding, which I had in the past. Thank you. Yeah, prior to getting the Vulcan S, I had a sport bike, which was a small displacement Honda CBR for 150. And I loved that bike, but yeah, I ended up selling her so I can buy this one. And what attracted me the most about this bike is the looks, and that's what happened. I bought it with my wife also liking the looks of the bike. I bought it with her approval. Yes, you need your wife's approval. What? If you want to ride. And I loved every ride I've done with her and everything, but it's just, you know, my back problems ever since my kids were born have been an issue with this bike. So with that in mind, and with the kind of riding I do, what I like to do is I'm putting Valerie up for sale.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
For reason being is because I don't want to be spending a lot of money trying to get my back. Nani? back. My back, right?
What?
Once again, you know, I ended up spending almost $1,000 US getting my back fixed. You know, and that's not a good thing. I don't want to repeat that. So yeah. So I'm gonna end up going and selling her through a friend while I'm away back in Jensan. I ended up bringing Valerie here to Manila because I was gonna be here for a while, and they fucking got rear-ended here by this asshole. Anyways, I'm probably gonna get an early dinner, call it a day. So yes, Valerie is for sale. I'm gonna do one last ride with her after I change my oil. I'll probably go to Subic or something. I don't know. I've never been to Subic on my bike, and that's one of the things I always wanted to do. And I'm probably gonna give her a bath before I send her off. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the ride. And I'm sorry for if you guys find this news of mine a little depressing. I know a lot of you guys signed up on the channel, subscribed to my channel because of this bike. But when I started motovlogging, I started out with the Honda CBR 150R, and I met some of you who told me that yes, you guys have been with me since the very beginning of my channel. But you know, sometimes you gotta let go of the things you love the most to make room for improvement, or to better yourself one way or another. Don't get me wrong, I love this bike. It's just my back doesn't like it. You know, my back complains every time I get off the bike. Anyways, peace guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.